Hi everybody, this is Tim Clay and I want to ask you a very important question. Why? I know you think that I've completely lost my mind asking you a question that you have no idea what I'm talking about. But a friend of mine, James Malinchak, says something that would change my life a couple of years ago. He asked the question, why? You see, I have been spending a lot of time writing down my goals and trying to figure out ways to accomplish those goals. But those goals just seemed kind of empty. They were ideas on a piece of paper, but there was no emotion, nothing driving me to try to accomplish them. And when I heard James speaking, and he was talking about you have to find your why, you have to find your purpose. Basically you take those goals that you have on the piece of paper and you ask yourself, why do you want to accomplish that? And when you answer that question, you ask yourself, why? And you keep asking the question, why, until you really can't find any more answers. You've got to the root source that drives you. And when you get to that point and you know your why, then it changes everything. In fact, I heard one person say, if your why doesn't make you cry, you don't have a strong enough why. You see, your why is the thing that drives you. The why is what keeps you going when distractions come along. You having that why, your sense of purpose, is what gets you through those rough times. When your marriage just seems to be falling apart and you can't get along with your spouse. When you just want to give up. When your job just really sucks and you just want to quit. When the kids are driving you nuts and you just want to leave. It's your why, your purpose, that gets you through those times. You see, it's real easy to get distracted. I know this personally. So recently I've been really caught up in this whole political thing, the economy, the laws that have been passed, the executive orders, and it's really consumed a lot of my time and energy. But when I stop and think about it, I kind of had a reality check a couple weeks ago. When I stop and think about it and run it through the filter of my why is to provide a safe, loving, nurturing environment where my kids can learn to love themselves, others, and God, and to be productive citizens. Now, when I run the events of this country through that filter, sure, it is important to know what's going on. It is important to be involved and to try and make a difference. But in the grand scheme of things, that needs to be way down on the list of things that consume my energy. Providing for my kids, providing for their education, providing for their well-being, those are my top priorities. Another common thing that really divides our attention is our past. We get all consumed with what we've done in the past, and we keep looking back, and we keep having, kind of like having chains around us. We keep turning around and focusing on the things we've done in the past and those negative thoughts that come with it. And when we do that, we're taking our eyes off the finish line, off of the goal, off of our purpose. And when we do that, we're bound to fall. Why? Because what happens if you're running full speed but you're looking backwards? You're going to run into anything that gets in your way. You're not going to see it coming. And then you got to try and pick yourself back up and get the momentum going. And I'm telling you, it's a lot easier if you're keeping your eye focused on the finish line to get there without near the amount of problems that we have. Not to say that there's not going to be obstacles. Not to say that we're going to have to go off course and get back on course. Not to say that we're not going to have things we have to climb over or crawl under. Life happens. And that's just one of those things we have to deal with. Sometimes we have to adjust where we think we need to go. Sometimes we may have one purpose and we may be running the race towards that, and along the way we realize that there's something better out there, and we need to chart this new direction. And that's okay. The point is, you've got to know why. You have to have your reason, you have to have your purpose, because that's what's going to give you energy, that's what's going to give you drive, that's what's going to get you through the tough times. I'm Tim Clay, and that's what I say.